Hello, Internet. Welcome back. This is our latest episode of the Survivor Recap on 2.5 Brains here on Pavement Road Productions. We're going to break it all down here for you. The episode 12 of season 40. A lot going on, a lot of good, a lot of bad, and we're going to tell you all about it and give you our feedback and our opinions here. So there'll be the top three moments that mattered. We'll have the who did not survive, what went wrong. We'll also have we'll talk about the bottom three and top three, and then I'll have a little programming note at the end regarding the Amazing Race. So, and the Amazing Race show that we're going to be doing. So, obviously still lockdown, still in quarantine. So, hopefully, everybody's being safe out there, and hopefully everybody's, keeping their distance and keeping healthy. Obviously, can't wait for the barbershops to reopen up again too. Before we get further, let's bring in the one who's gonna maybe cut my ears off next time. Yes, you see me. I may not have ears. If she has her way, let's go bring my co-host Jessica. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Hi. Why would I want to cut your ears off? I just cut your... So your mouth shut, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got you.
I'm not gonna cut your ears off.
On purpose, I got it. Okay.
On purpose. Yours look that bad. It's just fluffier.
It's terrible. I need to just gel it and be done with it, but.
Can we mohawk it?
No.
Please.
Absolutely not.
Please. We'll tab this. I'll beg it off camera. I'll just do it.
It has to be the same. This will be done.
You're gonna be asleep, and I'm just gonna mohawk your hair.
I will not be asleep. I don't. No. You start screwing with my hair. I almost said something else. You start screwing with my hair, I will wake up. And it'll, whatever.
How really quickly.
Send her videos on how to cut hair on Twitter. How do you find you on Twitter, Jessica?
Just T820.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter and send me your thoughts and prayers at Yo Grabba Gabba. You also can email the show about any other topics, I guess. PavementProductions@gmail.com, Facebook.com/PavementProductions, and subscribe below so you get all the updates, see if I still have my hair next week, or my ears, or my nose.
Tune in for his new style.
God, I said, hopefully everything opens back up, but if not, I might be getting a chop. We'll see what happens. But obviously also make sure you check back next time for the for the Masked Singer. Jessica's been doing a great job with that show. Hopefully, we can get that out next week as well, and we go from there. So, any other thoughts? I guess not, huh?
No, not really.
Okay. So obviously, Masked Singer next time. So be sure to check back for that.
In a couple days.
And hopefully get that out. Thursday night, Friday morning. And this obviously we're recording this within a half hour of Survivor ending, so we can hopefully get this out right away, and then by Thursday morning, and then obviously for my Friday morning, the other out. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So again, subscribe if you don't miss anything. This is the Amazing Race. This is the Masked Singer, everything else, and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
All right. So let's talk about this episode here. We have three moments that mattered. Obviously, who did not survive, then the top three and bottom three. Only 7 left in the game. Obviously, Edge of Extinction has a lot left. There's more on Edge of Extinction at this point than there is in the game.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk all about that and where we're going and what's going to happen. And we'll have an answer here and who's going to be winning in about 2 short weeks. So, 2-part episode next week, double episode, so we'll be recording later, and obviously it's going to be a double stuffed episode, and obviously the finale the week after that. Jessica's having a little weird head thing.
Having a little tremor,
Wonderful.
Just doing it to mess you up because you start laughing when you see me do it. You just talk and talk and talk, and then you see me go like this. You just laugh and laugh.
Okay. So Jessica's sabotaging the show. So that's exciting.
Shut up.
All right. So obviously we'll talk about the 2 episode next week. See how that all goes, and then we have the finale after that. And so right now it's currently 7 left in the game after this vote. And the Edge of Extinction as well. When we'll come back, so we'll get on to 2, but then get on to 5 next week.
+1.
And then there'll be 1 coming back for the finale, so we'll be at 6.
Yeah.
There'll be 2 votes, fire making finale.
Yeah, they bring them back so late.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only good news is they usually bring them back at 5 when they really couldn't do anything. Right when there's the final 3 already set in place, bring someone back at the final 5. So now they're from 4 to 5, and those 2 people are just ready to give a vote back out.
Right.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Those people always give a vote back out. Didn't have an impact on the game, which maybe is better than them winning, but at least they can maybe have an impact on the game. Mm-hmm. Regardless, Chris coming back and winning was even worse than that, though. Yes, so
I don't like them coming back at Final Five.
I don't like them coming back at all, personally. But
I know.
all right, do a pre-merge. That's it. Stop this post-merge crap.
Correct.
Anyways, so let's talk about what 3 moments that matter this week. What was moment number 1?
Lovely bunch of coconuts.
So what was that all about?
A lovely bunch of coconuts. So everybody on the edge of extinction had to bring back 20 coconuts and pile them up next to their camp or whatever
Shelter,
you want to say,
yeah.
their shelter. The first 6 people to bring back 20 would get 2 fire tokens apiece.
Mm-hmm.
And the winners were my number 1, Natalie, unfortunately, who was on edge. It was Natalie, Sophie, Tyson, Parvati, Yule, Tyson, Parvati, and then Wendell.
And Wendell just beat out Danny. So Danny
Wendell
was
just beat out Danny, yeah.
Yep. And they had to go
Lots of spills and injuries during that too.
Yep. And they had to go to the other side of the island and walk back.
Yep.
And Rob fell and hurt his arm and was bleeding all over the place. Danny fell, hurt herself a little bit.
Yep. Ouch.
So it was a messy challenge,
Lots
but
of injuries.
those 6 came back with 2 fire tokens. Mm-hmm. Adam was way out of his element. He should just raise the flag already.
He should have just sat down. Ethan should have just sat down. If you know that you have very little chance of completing it, why bother wasting your energy to do it?
I feel like Amber started, then just is like, yeah, you know what, forget it.
She probably did. I mean, she was smart that way,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Oh, of
why
course.
would you? If I knew that I would make it through, what's the point? I'm not going to beat 6 other people that are faster than me.
I would have done when they announced it. I said, okay, cool, you guys go have fun.
Yeah.
I would have sat there. I mean, again, maybe it won't help me get back in, but I mean, I'm not gonna, Rob could not get back in now because he's got a messed up arm.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not worth it either.
Right.
I'd rather save my energy. Not that you really need it, you're not doing anything, but
Yeah.
I mean,
2 is not enough to buy an advantage to get back into the game, like
Right.
for the challenge.
Right.
You need more than that. So is it worth it? Do you work with someone else and see if you can barter and get more tokens?
maybe,
Like,
but
I doubt it. Everybody wants to get back in.
Right.
So what's the point?
Right.
Either just save your energy for the actual challenge, or if you know you can do it, then do it. Like Natalie, kills it every time.
yeah,
So much energy. I don't know where she has that energy.
she's great. And I was surprised Sophie did so well. I mean, obviously she's fresher.
She is fresher, but still, I mean, it's not much of a cakewalk on the island instead of the edge, so it's the same thing.
Sure.
Still, like I said, they kept talking about people being very athletic and endurance and all this, but when you've been malnourished for over 30 days, everybody's on the same level. You don't have any energy to pull out of.
Especially if you're a muscly guy or a muscly girl, even, because those muscles are deteriorating so fast. It's hard to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, your body's basically eating all the fat off your body. Also, as we've seen from everybody who is so skinny now.
Oh yeah,
And
Danny's a freaking
Danny
ghost.
looks so bad. Not I don't want to say she looks bad. She just looks so malnourished that she needs some protein. Everybody needs some food,
for sure.
but you have nothing left.
For sure. So it was kind of like the wood stacking challenge, except this one there was only a finite number of people who could actually get something out of it. So I like that a lot better instead of just everybody gets one. And so that was neat. And I would have said when they all started, cool, you guys have fun, and especially if I'm Amber, if I'm Adam, and I'm at 10, everybody else is at 15. I'm sitting myself back down.
Yeah, Ethan too.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I'm far enough behind where I have to double my score, my time to catch them.
Right, and you have to start, running with all your might. It's just not worth it. What's the point?
It's that the worst thing that you can be is 7th, and Danny was 7th, and she did all that for nothing.
Yeah.
Then Ra went back and was wanting to complete it too, I guess.
For his pride. I mean, I do get that too, especially I guess from him, but I just wouldn't expel my energy if I couldn't do it. And like you said, there's only 6 out of how many that were there that did it. They probably didn't expect everybody to finish with the wood pile, so that's probably why they kind of changed it a little bit.
Yeah, and it's a kind of a risk reward thing, and there should be stakes.
Yep.
So that was that. Those little 6 came back with 2 fire tokens. It was in that order too. It was Natalie, and then Sophie, Yule, Tyson, Parvati, and Wendell.
Yep.
Cool. So they have fire tokens. We'll see if they can use that later on, for barter or for getting back in the game, whatever the case may be. It does. I mean, so far the fire tokens have played an advantage. I mean, the Tyson had it, Rob had it. The ones who were the closest to winning and getting back in had the advantage. Right. So.
Yeah, they can buy an advantage in the game to get back in. They can buy food. They can buy comfort. There's different things, but I don't think 2's gonna really buy him anything.
Probably not. It helps, but it's not going to get you
helps,
out.
yeah.
Not that alone won't do anything.
Right. It does help.
So, cool. What is next?
Step down for peanut butter.
Step down for peanut butter.
I really want to say step down for what?
Yeah, step down for what? Step down for peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Jeff Varner is very angry right now. He was in season 2. Mm-hmm. They offered him peanut butter to step down out of the challenge. Mm-hmm. He stepped out of the challenge for peanut butter and voted out that day.
Yeah, it sucks. Well,
no, it happened again.
Happened again. It did. I mean, I felt so bad for Ben because Ben was the one that asked for cookies and peanut butter, and he, went down right after Jeremy. So that sucks. But, I mentioned during the show winning because other people dropped out. That's not how I would want to win immunity. But the two people that got it, like you said, they've already gotten immunity once this season, and it wasn't Tony's first immunity win, but. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to do for Nick to step down, Kim to step down. Michelle could step down, but Kim should have stayed up there.
Yeah, I mean the only especially with that few people left in the game, 2 people are getting immunity. I mean it's almost like they want Jeremy to get immunity. They keep giving it 2 chances for everybody. It's
right, men and women. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, but either way, so
I don't mind that they do that once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while, for sure. Make it a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
But once it's after the final 7 or 6, you can't do it anymore because it's just too. There's too few people who can go for it. We won't need another 3 situation.
Right.
Like Sarah's last season. So, So absolutely. They offered him peanut butter. Ben and Jeremy fell out right away, and then who went down next? It was.
I don't know who was first.
Sarah went down.
Sarah went down.
Yep, and then it was Jeremy, then Ben, then Sarah, and then they offered peanut butter, and Kim stepped down for peanut butter, Michelle stepped down for peanut butter, and then Nick said, "Tony, give me a fire token, and I'll step down. You can have immunity."
Yeah. Well, first Nick was trying to convince Tony to drop so he could get it and give him a fire token, and Tony wanted to play it out, Nick wanted to play it out, but that's what ended up happening.
So they ended up, 3 people ended up stepping out for the peanut butter and gave up a shot of immunity, and they said they regretted it right away.
I mean, if you want to go through with the plan that you have, why would you give it to the person you're trying to get out? Nobody was thinking in that moment.
They're just really hungry.
Understandable.
And they said, somebody want to get out, yes, but even Tony had I don't know either way, but
right, they did. I don't think everybody knows that, but yes,
they do now.
Well, now they do.
Now they do
for sure. Is that the order though? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was Jeremy then Ben.
I thought someone went first before that, but yeah, Jeremy
then Ben, then Sarah. Yep. Cool. So there's a lot of times it's eat or compete. A lot of times it's they tempt them for the food. The first time it was peanut butter and what was it? Peanut butter and chocolate or whatever. It was the Amazon.
Oh really?
The Amazon, when the girl said, "I'll get naked for peanut butter and chocolate," and so they did, and they jumped down, and that was it. One of the most famous moments of our history.
Lovely.
One was married to a professional baseball player as a multi-millionaire.
Lovely.
So the other one, I hope she's doing okay. She got arrested for biting a cop. So.
I would get naked for peanut butter. Come on.
Oh, I think it was
I'm
just a
sure
ploy.
they got naked for anything, but yeah.
I'm sure it was a ploy.
Probably.
And then it was funny because there was the old guy up there. Was it Roger? Butch? It was Butch. Butch was up there. Yeah. Butch was like, I'm a principal of school. I can't look at this. I'm not looking. And then I think the one guy said, "Get the girl some chocolate and peanut butter." And they did. They jumped down, and it was whatever.
Lovely.
Whatever. So either way. But that was one of the first main temptations for for food. Obviously they did.
Not really temptations.
Temptation Island almost.
Yeah.
So that was it. Obviously, I remember Wes Nall was recently did it. Keith Nall's son on Natalie's season. They were attempting people to step off the challenge for. I feel like that was the one when Reed won immunity, when Natalie was on the final 2, and Natalie it was great. That was a great one because Natalie was like. It was final 2, and her and Reed were like the 2 heads of the alliances going at it. Mm-hmm. And so Reed's like, he's like out there. It was like the torture action, the torture like the cross challenge, like they did with Christian. Yeah,
Oh,
Christian
yeah,
Walldown, right?
when he was just talking to Jeff for 5 hours.
Yeah, it was that one, and they had the torture device, and so Reed's like, he's the freaking he's the Broadway entertainer, so he's all in limber and loose, and he goes and just spits, and now they try to spit too and it falls on her shirt, and Jeff's like, that is unfortunate. And then they're like negotiating like what they want to do, and Natalie goes, all right, I want a steak. Basically, she's basically like, I want a steak, a pizza, and a freaking hot dog, and I'll step down. Mm-hmm. And Jeff's like, okay, so he gives it to her, she steps down, and Reed wins immunity. And they were trying to get rid of Reed, but she's like, what? If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna get freaking fed.
Yeah.
So, and it was genius. And she negotiated it, got the food, stepped down, and before that, it was another long stalemate challenge, and that was the one where they're all talking about, hey, remember when you were on Jeff? Remember when you were on Two and a Half Men and you were naked? And Jeff's like, yeah, I remember. Like, that was funny as hell, man. I love that.
Wow.
And then Wes steps down for chicken wings and gets voted out.
Worth it.
$1 million chicken wings.
Worth it.
So that was fun.
Probably not worth it. They're not from Buffalo. So
no, it was cool. It was funny though. It was a really funny temptation one for sure.
That was funny.
So anyways, but that was happening this time, and a couple people were really regretting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And they said they were,
yeah.
And they definitely are now.
They should have been.
Yeah. So again, it's easy to say from your couch that don't step down for food, and if you're gonna do what Natalie did, that's fine. Hey, I'll step down if I get freaking fed. Mm-hmm. And she was never a threat to go anyways, so it really didn't matter.
Right.
But yeah. So not worth it. At least from a game perspective.
Yeah.
So what is the third moment that matters?
Back burner burned.
Yeah. So Kim was trying to get a coalition formed against Tony, not knowing Tony had an idol. And it may have worked because everybody's getting really, kind of thing. Everybody who's not Tony or Sarah are getting kind of fed up with Tony. And so I think they could. I mean, at least they would have had 5 votes or more on Tony to get rid of Tony. The problem is Tony was immunity, so Kim's like, "Well, that plan's on the back burner. What can we do instead?" Mm-hmm. Well, Jeremy, and she was close to Jeremy. So she wanted to get rid of Jeremy or Sarah. She close to Sarah, close to Jeremy, but one of them's got to go.
Yeah.
And the only thing she really could have done was say, hey, let's sacrifice somebody like Michelle or a Nick. That's really the only thing she could have done.
They need that number.
But they need that number. So she was in a really, really rock and hard place today. And she's like, well, that plan to get rid of Tony's on the back burner, and it's going to have to stay there because she got burned. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting to see the 4 of them talking, Kim, Denise, Michelle, and Nick, trying to form an alliance to go to the end and everything. Yeah, it would have been pretty awesome. But as we all saw, it didn't work out. There were more factors involved that kind of contributed to not working out.
For sure. We'll talk about that in just a minute here. But Kim, trying to make a move. She was getting steamrolled most of the game and was trying to stand up and make a move. Again, that's kind of what Sophie was doing a little bit. Kind of what a lot of people who have been knocked out lately have been trying to make a move. Mm-hmm. And you can't fault them for it's like no. we'd say, why aren't you making a move? Why are you going in to lose? Yeah. So try to make a move, doesn't work out, and then they're out. And you're like, well, why did you make a move? It's only a good move if it works.
Yeah.
It's very results oriented, I guess. But so it is what it is. She tried to make a move, it didn't work out, and now it's really in flux. Mm-hmm. And it really could go anywhere. So we'll see what ends up happening next. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see where the votes end up going to, because I'm still a little bit hazy on that too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen going forward.
For sure.
Too many factors now.
Yep. Any other thoughts on that?
No, I think we're going to cover more of it in another topic.
So what's next?
Who did not survive?
So what happened to Kim? What did she do wrong this week?
She didn't really do much wrong. She was trying to make a move. The problem is they trusted Ben, which apparently they shouldn't have, which sucks, and I'm very angry with him. Mm-hmm. But Ben kind of blew it up that they wanted to originally go after Tony. So, of course, that drove Tony mad and just, daggers more on Kim again. And the vote swung to Kim. Yep. I mean, it was tough. I mean, she went to try to talk to Jeremy, like, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And they guess they couldn't come with another plan. Mm-hmm. They're talking about maybe throwing it on Sarah. That would have been Kim's best move is say, all right, let's cut bait on Sarah. But if she thought she still could have got Jeremy, the better move is still to go for Jeremy, even if she thinks she can get the numbers. I mean, Nick said, because Ben was sitting there, that he was trying to prove his loyalty to Ben, which was such a mistake, which sucks. You know, the 5 of them could have been fine and gone to the end, but
So it really is all about power plays, right? I mean, Kim was trying to take out Jeremy because she knows she can't beat Jeremy.
yep.
So she takes out Jeremy, she got a shot. But and she wants to go final 3 with Denise. The way Kim wins is the only way Kim wins. Denise, Michelle, and Nick.
Yep.
And that's the final 4 that she needs.
Yep.
If she can't get that, she's not gonna win anyway. So what's the difference?
Right.
Right. Again, you can go after Sarah, but it's that big Venn diagram of who can you trust versus who can you beat, and the only people in the middle of that are the only ones you can go down with.
Yep.
Because you gotta at least go far enough where you need trust. And if you don't need trust, once you don't need trust anymore, then fine, you're that person who you can trust. But for a while, you have to value, do I go who I trust or who I can beat?
Right.
And eventually you have to do a little bit of both. And I think Kim didn't have the greatest game this time, but I still think she is a fantastic winner. I think she had a really great game. I mean, if anybody's going to say Boston Rob's a great winner, I will say Kim's better because Kim played the same game he did on her first time and on his fourth time. So, again, she played a bunch of dummies, and so did he. So, I mean, he played with Philip, Francesca, and Andrea. Those are the only ones who come back from that season. And Francesca came back to be voted out again first. Philip is a giant goat, and Andrea is a good player. But again, and Kim played with people who've come back a couple times as well. So I think they have very mirrored seasons, and the only difference is that Kim did it on her first season when Rob did it on his fourth. So not a great season. There was too much going on. She was clipped early when the whole Amber, Tyson, Jeremy poker lines got outed.
Yeah.
And then she was kind of just trying to scramble and get back into it and had to kind of ride along for a while. I mean, it is what her last season she was in control from day one and ran it to the end. This season she was on the bottom most of the time. I had to fight and scrap to get back into the numbers and kind of started to, but was in numbers that she couldn't win. So she's like, well, if I'm going to lose, I might as well go all in and risk it for a chance to win. And she did, and it just didn't work out. So I don't think Kim really did anything particularly wrong. I mean, it's kind of too late at tribal council to change a vote anyways. Like, all right, let's go with Sarah then. So like, what the fuck? No, you're gone. Yeah. Right? So it's kind of, you can't really, there's too much going on at tribal to make a move like that anyways. And once, she had to stick with Jeremy versus her. If they were going after her, she had to stick with going after Jeremy because Jeremy's the biggest threat. It makes more sense to go after Jeremy for most people. Right. And, and you can't switch it to somebody else randomly at tribal council because they're going to hear you. And it'll just blow up in your face. So it was a tough spot. She had to make a move. She went for it. Didn't work out. But you can't really fault her for it, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I guess I have more comments about it as a whole with her game. I didn't see her original season. You talk about how great she was, but she played against poor people. So for me to say that someone's a good winner because of poor people they played against, I don't know. I have a hard time with that. Like, I like Boston Rob, but I won't say he's a great winner or not because I've never seen his season either. But she's not at fault for getting knocked out. It just happened, They had to get someone out. Jeremy was able to scramble people together. Well, not even that. Tony threw him a lifeline again. Yeah. Got him saved again because it's good for his game. And got her out. If she would have won this season by trying to make some moves, I feel like it would be a better win for her than playing against terrible people. Because you're playing against anybody that wins this season is a great winner because they're playing against really good people.
Oh, absolutely.
So
you would think so, yeah.
Well, everybody that's won before.
Yeah, but again, the winner of the season is a great winner. Maybe a caveat or two to that, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, caveat for me for her just because, and Rob and anybody that didn't play against anybody that gave him.
What I'm saying though is whoever wins the season isn't necessarily a great winner because they won the season. I mean, yes, because they got there, but if let's say
because people still made stupid moves even though they were winners at one point.
Right, and let's say we get to the end and it's like the worst timeline we were talking about before when it's Adam and Nick and Michelle in the final three. When one of them wins, are they a great winner?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
If they did something to get there, then yes. If something came up, but no.
So if it's the final three of last season, is one of them a great winner because it's the competition's higher?
I mean, it's like going back to Chris, Gavin and Julie.
Yeah.
You know, Chris. It's a terrible thing that Chris won because he barely played and got back in, but
he was the best one of the three.
Yeah, Julie and Gavin had nothing to
for
show.
For sure.
So.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I'm with you. So
Yeah.
it's just it's whatever. So it doesn't matter. But I think you gotta make a move at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried to make a couple moves, and things just kept getting in her way. Idols, advantages, immunity wins, things happen. Right. So you can't really do it. Sometimes you can throw all your drop all your bombs on one person, and they have more bombs they can throw at you. So
right.
It is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the top 3 and bottom 3. There's only 7 left in the game. We have the top 3 and bottom 3, so one won't be selected. And we'll go through that here. It's kind of tonight, kind of overall. Who's the best shot to win, and whatnot. And then next week we'll be down to final 5. So we're just going to rank those people going to the finale, and then we can't really rank who else is going to be in the finale because we're not going to know until whoever wins their way in. But we can also kind of guess on that a little bit too, I guess. But for now, we'll just stick with the traditional top 3, bottom 3, and after next week we'll have a better. We'll be down to 5, with one coming back. So. Who is in the bottom 3 right now?
Michelle Fitzgerald.
Mish Fitz, yeah, why?
I mean, just because she just hasn't done much. The only thing she did tonight, she gave Jeremy her idol, or her advantage, her coin, which, I feel like that's more bad for her than good for her. Like, you want to save your alliance, but you're not going to win against him anyway, so you might as well let him go and do something to get him out. Why are you trying to save someone that should be out? Yeah, it's going to destroy almost everybody there. So, I mean, that's pretty negative, and she hasn't made any moves besides that. She's just riding along.
Right, and she so she hasn't made some moves. Again, I like Michelle as a winner. I think she's a better winner than she's credit for. That being said, to make very little moves, and then make the one move you're gonna make that's a move in the game. Because you quote unquote like him. Really?
Yeah, I know.
Really? You're basing the only move you made.
With him from the beginning.
And he's gonna beat you.
Yep.
Everybody's gonna beat you, but at least if you're gonna make a move, screw Jeremy over.
Yep.
That's a move.
Mm-hmm.
He'll hate you, whatever. And guess what? If it's a game, he'll respect it. If not, you're gonna lose anyways.
Right.
So why are you making the only move you've made so far this whole game? To save somebody because you quote unquote like them.
I mean,
makes no sense.
It's all just surprising though, because there are so many people that have been saving him throughout the whole thing, and they're just gonna let him stay and win.
It's ridiculous.
Driving me crazy.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So not again. Michelle made a move, but it wasn't a smart move, and she have to win. So whatever. She can be the bottom 3. She can be the top 3. She can be wherever. She's
She's just adding to his story if he wins.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yep, and if he does play that move, guess what? It's his move because she gave it to him. I mean, she could have and granted, she is good at that too. One thing I will say, she's very good at. She when she voted out Julia in her original season, her best friend, she had to vote for her best friend to keep her other allies happy. She did that this time too. What the move would have been, hey, all these votes are for Jeremy. Here's the coin in front of the jury. Mm-hmm. But that also puts a target on her back as well for stepping out of line with her allies.
Right.
So she has to keep her allies happy and try to secretly save Jeremy.
Right.
We saw how that worked for Sandra this season. But I guess that's her game. I don't like that. I think she should have made a big spectacle in front of the jury and say, all right, Jeremy, you gotta we're going to stick together and we're going to go for this game together and do it in front of the jury. That way it's a bigger spectacle, bigger thing. Instead,
then it's her move. It's not his move. If he gets to the final 3 and tells,
he can say, "Save your ass."
Well, that he can get there and tell the jury that I didn't have to ask. I was given an advantage to keep me in the game. Like, that's how close my relationships were. My social game was, 100%. And everyone tried to keep me around. 3 people saved me.
Yeah.
And
it's like, and it's not at that point. It's not them saving. It's his social game.
Yeah, I know
for sure. And you exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
exactly what you're saying. And so if Michelle wants it to be her move, make it a statement. You may lose because they're like, well, whatever, but you're gonna lose anyways. Yeah. The game's way too hard, so you might as well make us a big spectacle, piss off your allies, and then go do damage control later. Mm-hmm. So,
right.
What else? Anybody else? Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. So who's in the bottom 3 as well?
Ben Drybergen.
Yeah, what's with Ben?
I mean, obviously, because biggest thing tonight was he blew up the vote. Everybody had kind of a solid thing, but we all know how that goes. It never stays solid. But he blabbed to Tony that Tony is on their radar, Kim's radar, to get him out. Tony goes up to Nick and confronts him to try and get him to admit they're trying to get Tony out at some point, and then, there goes Tony flying around trying to change things, and it just screws everything up. And Ben was solid, had solid, people with him, and then he just screws it up. He pulled an Adam from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to play double agent. I don't know. What's the point in doing that when you don't trust Tony anyways? There's 4 people that were going to trust you.
He wants to get rid of Jeremy.
Well, I know.
And that just ruined it.
Yeah. I mean, they would have gotten rid of Jeremy, but then he fucked it up.
Indeed.
So.
Oh, he did.
That's why he's down here, and it hurts, but come on, Ben. He did find an idol tonight, but that doesn't mean anything.
And he tried to hide it from Tony and Tony's right there.
Yeah, I get that, though. For me, I feel like it's just a reflex. You find an idol and you try and hide it right
Correct.
away.
So what Ben should have done, though.
He should just said it was a reflex.
Well, right.
That's what I would have said.
But what I would have done, I would have Ben, I would have said, hey, I said, oh, well, Tony, you see, is that it over there?
Yeah, exactly.
And then get him looking somewhere else.
Distraction,
Yeah. I mean, there's only the 2 of you there. Even if you put your hand over to cover it, it's yours now because you have it.
I mean, even if it's just you two and you start walking over and be like, just look over there and just go and grab something real quick, he's not going to notice because he's going to be looking where you're telling him to look.
Or like throw something on the, what was that?
Yeah.
And just, with the other hand, you gotta do some sleight of hand. You gotta be smooth, man.
Yeah, you gotta have him looking the other way.
So Ben doesn't have an idol, Tony has an idol, and now Jeremy has Michelle's 50 coin. So we'll see where it all ends up. Wasn't it really neat for a while there when women were finding all the idols?
Yeah.
That's gone now. Yeah, but so I mean, Ben he just made a move. He who would have been smart of him to just let Jeremy go and then retool from there, because now they're going for 20. Who cares?
Right. You don't trust him anyways. You said you partially trust him. Like you said, you either trust him or you don't.
Yeah, you don't. There's no partial trust. You trust him or you don't. Yeah. So, but then either way, but they're not going after you. They're not going after Sarah. And maybe guess what? Maybe they do eventually go after you. Okay, whatever. But you don't want till it's too late to make a move. But now what?
They go after you now because you freaking blew it up and you blabbed, and now they're gonna be you're gonna be on their radar because you threw their names out there that were trying to get rid of somebody else.
Right. So he's getting caught playing both sides, and again he's got to go the other way people to win. So he's got to. If I'm him, I'm schmoozing freaking Kim and Denise because that's why. I mean, the only chance I have to win is if I get in a fight with them, with Nick and them. Yep. And then I go to the end and take out Kim and Denise or whoever, and I'm going the end with Nick and Michelle. That's his only shot.
Right. I'll say the only time you go to the other person that's name's getting thrown out there to be voted off is when you want to save them. You don't care about Tony. He didn't care if Tony gets voted off at some point.
Or Jeremy.
Well,
him and Jeremy were even talking.
Well, I know, but he went to Tony to say that his name was being thrown out to get...
Next?
Yeah, to be out next, but you don't want him there anyway, so why would you even tell him that?
And he's going, and it's not like he's going this week.
No, I know, but like...
No, that's what I'm saying.
But in general, why would you even tell him, like, well, they're looking to get rid of you at some point soon, like, you don't want him there anyway, so don't tell him. You only do that if you want to save him. You say, Tony, they're coming after you, we gotta do something. That's the only time you talk about other plans.
Right. And again, I get it. He doesn't want to take it down too low where they can't save Tony when they want to, but you don't want to save Tony.
But he can't, like, yeah. Tony had immunity, so it wasn't going to happen anyways, like you said. Like, couldn't even go after him anyways, so you should have just kept your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Ben, very disappointed.
And, of course, Ben, and I feel like Ben and Nick are very much similar in the way that they're both kind of weak. Mm-hmm. You come to them and confront them and be like, this is what we're doing. What happened? They're like, Walter Rob says, what are you talking about? Or Parvati, or you ask them that, they're just like, they don't give you, they come up with a lie on the spot and it's good. Ben's not like that, and Nick's not like that. They get confronted about something like that. They're like, I
feel like it's that like country honesty, people that
little boys.
Exactly, it really is though. It's like you have a hard time lying to people as it is. So I get it, but it's not good for this game.
You gotta check that out the door. Yeah. All right. Anyways, so that's Ben's the bottom 3. Who else?
Nick Wilson, obviously.
And Nick, yeah. I mean, why?
I mean, he's got alliances, but he's not in a good spot to win moves and anything like that. He can't really get anything together. He's just, since the beginning or since a couple episodes in, he wanted a war. So basically from then, when he had stated, like, things are very easy right now. Things are kind of blown up a little bit more, but he's just not in a position to win.
I mean, did he say he's got to get to the end with there's three people he can't beat, right? So he can't beat Tony, can't beat Nick, can't beat Tony, can't beat Jeremy, can't beat Sarah.
Yeah.
So when there's 4 people left, now there's 4 people left who aren't those 3, including him.
Him, Michelle, and Denise, and Ben.
And Ben. So Ben's so right. So but he needs
Well,
every
he said
single one
at
of them.
least 3 people that he can't beat.
Well, and there's more than that, but
yeah.
But in his eyes, those 3 people he can't beat. So why would you save Jeremy?
I have no idea. I don't understand it.
Why not get rid of Sarah or you can't get rid of Tony? So get rid of Sarah or Jeremy tonight.
Well, I mean, yeah, he had to vote for Jeremy or for Kim because he just kind of shook his head at the end. I don't know. I'm still thrown at how the votes came out.
I mean, to me, it seems like it was Kim, Denise, and Denise, Michelle. We saw Michelle's vote.
Yeah.
So it was Kim, Denise, and Michelle who voted for Jeremy.
And it'd be so stupid though for Nick to vote for Kim. I mean, Kim wanted to work with him
and go to the end.
To the end. Why would you do that?
And you said you could beat her.
Right.
What the hell? Again, now it's 4-4, but he's weak.
I don't know if he said he could beat her, but he, it definitely has a better shot of beating her than he does the other 3 that he kept around.
Right.
It's just stupid. It baffles me why you would want to get rid of someone that's trying to work with you.
And that you have a better shot of beating.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
And I think he's just weak. And Ben's like, well, we're doing this, and he's like, okay, I'll jump on too. Instead of you gotta draw a line in the sand at some point. And you gotta get your side. You can't just jump back and forth all the time. It's not gonna work.
Right.
And he needs to stand up, say this is what we're doing, get on board or no. Mm-hmm. And that's it. You're gonna be waffling all the way to the end of the game. Great, you're getting the end. You're not winning.
Yeah.
So you gotta make a move at some point that is a definitive move. That's your move.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And he's not doing it. So
no.
Let's go ahead and talk about the top 3 then. If there's anything else in the bottom 3.
No, there's nothing.
All right. So let's talk about the top 3. Start with number 3 in the top 3. Who is that?
Sarah Lucina.
So Sarah's still in the top 3, but dropping. Yeah, dropping.
Yeah.
I think this is the same spot she was in last time, but it's a lower 3 now. I mean, it's just not. She's still got a shot to win, of course. But
she's just in more danger at this point.
Yeah.
Tony's basically now it's roles reversed. He's keeping her around more. Like he was gonna throw his idol on her, this tribal, but she said no, and obviously he didn't need to anyways. So I guess good for him for saving the idol.
Good for them. Yeah, they like use it together, and now everybody knows he has an idol.
Yeah, and now everybody knows how close her and Tony is, so that's going to be pretty bad. If he was willing to throw it out right during tribal like that.
And they know Jeremy has something. They don't necessarily know what it is, but
right. Well, yeah, he pulled something out of his pocket, so they know he's got something too. So that's going to make things harder going forward.
Yep. And so Jeremy, obviously, there's a little bit of he's like Tony's like, you trust me, you don't need to play that. Mm-hmm. If I'm Tony, I vote him out.
Oh yeah, obviously.
But.
I mean, it would have been perfect. A perfect story, voting Jeremy out and then having him so comfortable that he still didn't even use the immunity that was given to him. Right. Or the chance of immunity that was given to him.
So, and the way I look at it now, if I'm Tony, keeping Jeremy in for at least one more vote is okay. Mm-hmm. But if Ben is willing to trust you, then you don't need Jeremy because you got Ben.
Well, right, and he has Ben, because if Ben flipped again now to vote with Tony, even though he doesn't trust Tony, just get rid of Jeremy. At this point, just do it, because you're not going to... I don't really think Tony would beat Jeremy either.
No. Nobody beat Jeremy.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens, but I mean, it was Tony... I understand Tony's move. We're not talking about Tony right now. I understand Tony's move.
Yeah, I know.
But,
we could just say we're going to talk about top 2, but...
Yeah, so Sarah... is now, she's still in the game, still has, an idol that can be played for her.
Yes.
And so now she just has to kind of negotiate a little bit whether, she needs Jeremy gone yesterday. She needs Jeremy gone immediately. Right. And then if Tony's still a target, great. With Sarah's best case scenario,
push Tony in front of her.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Jeremy goes next, and they burn Tony's idol.
Yeah.
Tony goes, and then she's got a little bit of room to move with a final 3. And it's this is like, hey, everybody's left in the game. I'll go the end with you as long as you go the end with me.
Right. It's got to be a little bit easier to convince people to get rid of Tony. He's gotten 3 immunities. Correct. He's gotten 2 idols. Didn't he find 2? Or he's only found the 1 so far?
He's at the 1, but he was there with Ben.
Yeah, he's got the immunity idol. He's a nutcase running around, hiding, listening to people and stuff like that. And she knows it. And she can tell them that too. and very easily convince people that Tony is a really bigger threat.
And I think that's what is the only thing is now they gotta get rid of one of the two of them because you're about to run out of room to move.
Yes.
Obviously, when someone comes back at 6, we'll see if Jeremy and Tony are both still there. As long as they both don't have idols, maybe we'll see what happens. But it could be a 4-2 against them. But the bottom line is you gotta start getting rid of one of them now because Sarah is probably got the second or third best shot to win. But if you get too much further, you can't get rid of the other ones who are in charge.
Running out of time quickly, and she's got to do something.
Especially because they have advantages.
Right.
So,
yep.
So she still has a shot. There's still a path to win for her, but it's starting to narrow. Big time.
Agreed.
Cool. Who is number 2 in the top 3?
Tony Vlachos.
Tony, yeah. So why is Tony number here?
I mean, every week he's kind of improving it. Like we said, he won 3 immunity challenges. He's got a hit immunity idol. He has gotten the votes to be flipped twice. He's winning over Jeremy every single week because he keeps continually saving him to be his shield. So he's just in a better spot than Sarah, but not quite there for as Jeremy's level.
For sure, and I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, and the jury was saying, "Oh, Tony's freaking running this game. He's in charge.
Yeah,
he's a boss, and he is, and he's very aggressive. He just doesn't want to do it, and everybody else has to jump on board."
I mean, the past couple of weeks, he just starts not getting up, but he just bends over and starts talking to. It's usually Jeremy, during tribal, and then the votes go crazy, which I know everybody loves it, but to me it gets a little annoying where it's just constant talking during, when they're supposed to be talking to Jeff during tribal and then going to vote. I don't know. The chaos gets to me a little. Too. Oh, I know. It makes for good TV. It just, so much chaos. It's
hard to see what the president, and guess what? Like 95% of the time, the vote doesn't change anyways.
Right.
The vote didn't change anyways. Who was it between going to? Who was it between going at the end?
Yeah.
Right. So
same thing.
Nothing really changes. It's just, and again, another quote unquote live tribal, but nothing ever really changes in live tribals. It's just chaos.
Yeah.
Chaotic.
Yeah. I mean, to this episode or to this season, the best one was Sophie. Final 5 was just get up and go talk over here.
Yeah, that was crazy, right?
Yep.
That was crazy. Yep. And the Tice one was good too. Before when Jeremy up and left, that was pretty good
that was
too.
Good too. Yeah.
As I said, and so it's been exciting like that. Tony, I think, is in the spot now. Jeremy's still public enemy number 1. Tony wants to wait to final 6. If you get rid of Jeremy at final 6 or final 5,
right.
He can then maybe negotiate his guys' title. He can maybe make fire, whatever. Mm-hmm. He'll be okay. But he wants to hold on to Jeremy for another vote or 2. Mm-hmm. But I understand that he doesn't want to take Jeremy at the end. No, he does.
Right.
So I think the only real saving grace is if Jeremy has the idol. Mm-hmm. If Jeremy can win a challenge or 2, Jeremy can make fire. He can win. But he's still gonna be public enemy number 1. I mean, everybody knows they can.
Right, to everybody, he's public enemy number 1. Right. So eventually, I think Jeremy will be voted out, but it's just taking so long that other people that, I'd probably rather see win.
It's such a fine line because you let him stay around too long, and now you miss your chance, and now he goes to the end and beats you, and you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But you get rid of him too early, now you're the biggest threat, right? So that's Tony's thing.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I feel like most people can be swayed to get rid of Jeremy going forward to the end of the game, to get rid of him before that very end. I feel like if anybody lets Jeremy get to the final 4, they're done.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Very done.
100%. Mm-hmm. So, who is the player of the week this week? Jeremy, yeah, of course. Yeah. And he's got the best shot of winning, I think, of anybody here. If he gets to the end, he's going to win.
Obviously.
And, he's somebody once again told him about the plan, mm-hmm. Brought him into it, flipped the votes in his favor, mm-hmm. and somebody else gave him an advantage.
Yep. I mean, he's just getting things thrown at him and handed to him so much. It's not even him. Honestly, it's really not even him making moves. It's just so social and how much everybody likes him that they just want to save him. Like, they're basically just canning in the $2 million every single time they do it.
For sure. It's certainly possible. It could happen, 100%.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to... It's like Ben, right? Mm-hmm. Ben's got to go. I mean, obviously Ben's going to get voted out, but he didn't because he's sticking around finding ways to stay in the game.
Right.
If Jeremy can do that, he's got it.
I mean, he just doesn't even ask for it. He doesn't ask for people to save him. He doesn't even try to convince to have the vote change because Tony went up to him mm-hmm. and said, they're voting for you, and he's like, well, what are we gonna do? He's like, we have to get Kim out. And
he was working it, but it was
a little, but yeah.
And obviously they don't show it because it didn't work, but at the end of the day, I mean, he didn't switch the votes. Tony did, mm-hmm. and Tony started the whole thing.
Correct. And Michelle just comes and throws her 50-50 advantage that she bought with fire tokens at him.
Right. Right. Why just for Jeremy?
It's just crazy.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, and then it reminds me a lot of Tyson's first season.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson, when it was Steven and JT, and then there's this guy named Brendan.
Mm-hmm.
And Brendan was he thought JT was the bee's knees. He's like, I will lose this game, and I'm okay with that because I want JT to win.
The bee's knees.
Mm-hmm. He was like voted out like ninth. He was the merge boot. He was a big buff dude. He got voted out right there, and he was okay with it because he wanted JT to win anyway.
Did JT win?
And JT won. Okay. But that's how I feel. I feel like Jeremy's the new JT. People like.
It's exactly how it feels.
Like I don't care about it as long as Jeremy wins. Well, why?
Yeah, give him the $2 million. He's got 4 kids. He needs $2 million.
Wonderful.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
I love Jeremy Collins. I mean, he's a huge fan.
I like him a lot.
But
play the game.
Come on, guys.
You gotta let people go, and you can't beat them.
And like I said, there's always those wild cards in the seasons that make things weird. I would rather have a season, and even with an all winter season, there's still those wild cards. There's still those Noras, right? I want to see a season. Literally, if it's all game bots and strategists with no social games, I'm fine with that because I want people who want all seasons. All players, a season of all players who are only working in their own best interest.
Yeah.
Right, and Boss Rob said it, he said it so right. He goes, playing Survivor is not about knowing. He said it's not about knowing or people thinking knowing what you think. Mm-hmm. It's I'm trying to think how he said it, but it was like basically said it's not that people say or. It was like a third level thing. It's like you gotta think that they think that you think a certain way.
Yeah, you have to act like you're thinking a certain way when they really don't know what you're thinking.
Right. Yeah. You have to play off of their perception of what your perception of what they
right.
Their perception of what they perceive your perception is. Mm-hmm. Right. So if they think that you're working with this person, they're gonna act that way. Mm-hmm. Right. If for example, if you're sleeping in the shelter, do you sleep in the shelter next to people you hate? Probably not. Because you're not going to want to go next to people you hate. But
you should sleep with people that you hate so that they think that you like them, and then they'll get rid of them because they think you're working with people you hate. Correct. Yeah. That's what Boss Rob said. That's why he's really really smart. It's like you gotta it's not about what your perception is. Mm-hmm. It's not about what they think your perception is. It's about seeing how they see you through their eyes. Basically, let me help you, help me, help you, me help you, help me. Right. In essence, yeah, and it's really what it is. Basically. It's really what it is, and so for whatever reason, so that's why the game is hard because not every player is acting in their own best interest, or you don't agree that it is the best interest. Maybe to them it is. To Tony, the best interest is to keep Jeremy around as long as you can until you can cut at the very end. Or people are too honest. So plans. So that's why it's such a hard game because. Some people are playing their own best interest, but you don't agree that it is their best interest. Yeah. Some people aren't playing their own best interest. Some people are playing a very different game. Some people don't lie at all. Some people lie every 5 seconds. Karishma, who just felt guilty lying about anything. Right. Nick and Ben have a hard time lying. Yes. Where Tony can't breathe without lie coming out. Mm-hmm. So it's very different, and people are so different. That's why if it was all robots, it'd be hard. Right. It'd be a different game too. I mean, you can tell when someone's lying to you that can't usually lie because it's so obvious that they're lying. Yeah. Like Nick was. I was like, come on, dude. Yeah, obviously you're lying. Or even like Ben, Jeremy. Like, are you voting for me? No, of course not. Yeah. Yes, you are. I can tell. Right. I can see right through you. Right. So it's and having the ability of people. I would just like one season of players who are all acting in their own best interest, and not just doing stupid things for the sake of doing stupid things, emotional, crappy reasons. Yeah. But, so all robots. Got it. Yes, exactly. A game of robots would be fun. Anyways, so how do people find you on Twitter? Just TA20. Obviously, Jeremy, the player of the week, regards to that. Yes, so, Just TA20. Find me on Twitter. Yo, grab a gab. You can subscribe to get all the updates. Get the Masked Singer show next week. You can also, this week, later in the week. It's coming soon. Yes. Email the show, payrollproductions@gmail.com, facebook.com/payrollproductions. Subscribe below. One final thing as a programming note. If you did not hear this, I'm announcing it here right now. The plan was to have the Amazing Race start the Wednesday after the Survivor finale.
So it would have been May 20th. Would have been the premiere of The Amazing Race season 32. That has since, by CBS's announcement today, been postponed. So no Amazing Race starting right now. It will be back. They'll do it at some point.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out when that all is happening. But as of right now, they're pushing that back. So it may not be till fall, maybe in the winter. We don't know. They said it is planned to go on in 2020. They just haven't said when yet.
Gotcha.
So we were planning doing our Amazing Race recap like we were doing before. That'll also be on hiatus. So for the summer, we will have much less to do. So maybe we'll do a couple fun, shows, talk about whatever we want to talk about, and have a little potpourri show or two here.
Smelly stuff.
Smelly stuff. Exactly.
Yes.
So, so I do want to get it out there. Other than that, be sure to subscribe. Let us know what you think. Jessica, any other thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, I think we talked a lot, but it was good.
It was good. Good discussion.
Productive, yeah.
Awesome. See you soon for The Masked Singer. Jessica will run that, as she always does a great job. Until then, got nothing else for you. So the tribe has